So my journey really started when I was a sophomore in high school. I got a text message from my mom saying that my dad had had a heart attack. And as soon as I read those words in the message, I immediately was overwhelmed with fear. I was overwhelmed with sadness and confusion. And I felt like my world around me was just like crumbling to the ground because as a vulnerable high school student, trying to find who I am, and that time it was really hard because a lot of my identity was in my parents and who my family was and growing up with them. I was Madison Schain, and I'm, their daughter, and that was a big part of who I was. And so having something really important like that put in a really vulnerable spot was really hard for me. Then my dad got really sick. He had, they found cancer in him, and again, I was really scared. And it ended up happening twice. He had cancer twice, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, okay, like, God, why are you doing this to me? Like, you're taking my dad away from me. And me and my dad had always had a really close relationship growing up. I was his little girl. And so it was really hard to watch my dad be scared and to watch my family not know if, my dad was gonna be okay from his heart attack and from his cancer. But God was really sovereign in that time and ended up healing my dad, not knowing why it had happened or what God was thinking. I don't know, just growing up in the church and everything, I knew that everything that happens in our lives, God has a plan for. And so I was really confused why this certain situation was happening, because I thought that, of course there's gonna be hard times in our lives, but, at the end it's gonna be all peachy keen, and the journey isn't that hard because God's always with you, but that's false. Going through the fire is really hard, and not knowing what's on the other side is even harder. With that being said, I'd like to introduce the next song that we're going to be singing, called Beautiful Things. And this song means a lot to me because when it seems like our world is crumbling around us, when it's really messy and ugly, that God is in the center of that. He's taking what's ugly and every day continuously making it new and making it beautiful. And it doesn't just happen right away. In my life, it's still a growing thing where I have to wake up and choose to trust that He is making beautiful things. And I just encourage you that in this next time that you think of all the things that God is making beautiful in your life and is continuing to make beautiful.